Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm sorry if I talk a little fast. I had lots of sugar, so I'll try to make this quick. I just wanted to give you guys an update on my project that I've been working on and little tips, you know, because who doesn't want to learn? And my first tip that I'm going to give you guys is about car controllers, because apparently it's a lot harder to make one of those than a character controller. Who would have figured? But like these wheels, notice how their origin is right there in like the perfect center. I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah, it's got to be like that. And there's actual no collider because it's actually got its own kind of wheel collider. But you probably may already know this. But the biggest tip that I'm going to give you guys today is the difference between this this little collider like this, which, does its purpose and everything else. But some people enable this, and what this does is it caresses this collider in some way, and it does all these little stringy lines. And it uses a lot more CPU. Bad, 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 bad. Hate that. I don't use it. Well, I was using it a lot, and I figured out my CPU was a little bit intense for it. So I started getting rid of all these and going to Mr. Primitive, like this. Mr. Primitive. Lovely, isn't it? But believe it or not, there's some benefits to this. A primitive like this, you can shape and everything, and it actually detects collision a lot better. And it doesn't run the heck out of your CPU. Who would have knew the little box collider would save us so much headache? And a few other things. If you're going to do this for an environment, let's say you have a box like this, just a little box, or you shape it different, you can actually move this around like this. But if you do like a box or something, kind of keep it, very close to there, but not like maximum like on the ground. Because I find if you just do it teeny teeny bit like this, barely touching, it'll do the same purpose. And because this collider, little green thing, boom, isn't touching this collider, crap. Now my box is gone. Love it. Ooh, there it is. Let's turn that back on. If it's not touching like this, the physics engine doesn't run anything, and you still get the same detection. So you could shoot bullets and all that other stuff that's good that you want. And it uses less. Like, let's say you got some wall that looks all funny. It's got all these different shapes. Like here, and then here, a little bit more, and then here. You don't want collision like this. So you can go to this box, take this collider completely off, and use this one just a little bit more and down, and it will give you the same detection as a convex that would be like this. Okay. But the detection would be like a whole lot less on your performance than doing something like this. And that will save you tremendous headache. I mean, I went through all my levels, which I've got some pretty complex ones that you guys haven't seen yet, that use a lot of primitives now because I dropped in like 15% CPU usage. And my detection for bullets and raycast is the same. It's maybe a little better, but it drops CPU. And I know if anybody's working with this engine, they love tips. Trust me, I love to figure out something new because I'm just that kind of guy. But I just wanted to let you guys know in case you didn't know, because it's always nice to learn. We're here to learn, develop, and grow. That in this funny little doohickey right here. If this actually has a rigid body on it, like I don't know, like where is it? The car. Yes, right here. Rigid body. And you use anything that uses add force, which you're probably not going to use it on a car controller, but just go with me on. If you're using add force, like for your bullets, and you're like, poo, poo, shoot, and then you just have them destroy when they collide with something, it's okay, I guess, if your game can handle it, but it's a lot of garbage collection. I would recommend you look into a theory and a method called object pooling. Now, it's really nice because it recycles this in your garbage collection. You're not going to run out of memory, and your game's not going to break, which you might not have it already, but if you use a lot of destroy commands, you're going to use a crap load of CPU, and that could dramatically change. I mean, I did it in my game, and I cut like 10-20%. I mean, imagine having 10 people in the room, and you got 10 destroy commands just piling up like every 3 seconds. It's like 10, 15, 20, 30. Your garbage collection goes way out there. And your CPU and render time and your frames, like you're gonna get like 7 maybe. It's terrible. And your draw calls will be way up there. Vertices, number of things. But if you object pull and just make this one thing many times over and over and over, just use the same object, you're not making new objects and destroying them. You're just turning it off, moving it to like so, where your spawn point is, and turning it back on. Now there is a drawback to it. If you use anything that uses add force, you have to reset the velocity of the add force every time in your rigid body, or add force adds add. Every time you turn it on, it just keeps piling up. That's why you have to reset it. But if you know about it, like I'm telling you, then you do pretty good with it. Really good for bullets. Trust me, you do not want to use a bunch of destroys on bullets. It's terrible. Object pooling, trust me, look into it. It's very great. And that's pretty much all I want to say about it. I just wanted to give you a few tips and things like that. Oh, I had this lovely error. That's why I couldn't do anything and give you guys updates. Every time you turn around, I have, let's see, Unity 5.2. Ever since I got this freaking build, I have had this Unity can't initial graphics bug. It shows up right here before you even start it and everything. It pain. And the only way you can get rid of it is sometimes you have to reinstall your Unity. And I just wanted to give you guys the heads up, and a few little here's and there's, but let me know if you guys have the same problems and like to hear more, because I'm out of here for now, and hope to see you in the next video or whatnot. Thank you, and have a good one. Game on.